great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. That counter punch caught him clean. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Catch him! He caught him clean! Clean as a whistle! So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Halfway through the round and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's not a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch right up the middle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Swing and a miss with the jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow.
And there's the bell for round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
Sluggers are an absolute nightmare. They will stay in your face, not give you a breather, not step back when you think, all right, let's have a breather. They want to get stuck right in.
The big Ukrainian in big trouble. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
And he scores with the counter. Caution being thrown to the wind. Miss with that jab. Good job defending the jab. Nice punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to...
And there's the bell for round three. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Both men step back for just a moment. solid punch. A perfect counter lands. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He threw a punch and just got countered. This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. Fight has a real... Did you see that? Usyk might go down here. What an upset. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Now they've got to...
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Well, sometimes it can be the sweet.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Missing with that right hook. Good counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. Carries that jab away. Punch, counter punch. To be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. They exchange punches. How about that time counter shot? Good looking hook, but it was blocked. He blocks the jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round.
Back into the fray here in round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again, and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. That counter shot lands. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Defense is not an option for these two. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Perfect counter shot. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that.
There's the bell to start round 6. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice counter. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Both fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He misses with that straight left. Think of holding on here for a minute. That hook doesn't score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't. And there's the bell for round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in the gets.
Can't find a home for that jab. Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. Well done with that counter shot. And Deontay Wilder just got clipped. Disaster averted. And the Bronze Bomber goes down. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
That's lights out right there.
can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character?
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive and then...
Round 8, and we're off again. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think of, you just gotta be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Stamina is off the charts. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You don't want to trade shots. Tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Missing with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.